Well, Gary, a pulsating game, a huge crowd, a point apiece. Presumably you're happy overall.
Yes, I think that's a good response, a good reaction to a frustrating week, even though we went through in the FA Trophy on Tuesday evening. I've been a little bit disappointed. One, I've been under the weather as well, to be honest, John, and it certainly chirped me up today. But we had a good chat the other day and a few home truths come out, John, which had to be told. And I said it last week to yourself, that there'd be a shake-up at the football club. And I think everybody knows if I say something, I'm as honest as days long, that will happen, and there will still be a shake-up at the club. You know, even though we've got a result here today, but over the 90 minutes, great crowd. Thought we worked hard, and I felt that both teams got themselves in good positions, but the final third of the penalty area where the damage is done weren't quite there. But pleasing today to have a 16-man team or squad involved today of a lot of quality. We haven't had that for a long time. We have Scott Renbell back and Mark Ricketts back. We're starting to take, you know, things there. Well, it was a big lift in the change room, and of course fetch one in. So, you know, over the 90 minutes, fair result.
And Gary, you must be pleased too with a clean sheet.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with a clean sheet. I know it's very easy for people to turn around and say we've only won one out of the last 7 league games or whatever the case may be, but you know, the last 3 league games and who we played against, Eastleigh, Gateshead and Bristol Rovers, and only conceded 1 goal, not been beaten in them 3 games. That's 5 games unbeaten now, John, if you look at the FA Trophy games to go on top of the league games. So we're going back in the right direction. There's no doubt about that. But as I say, clean sheet. I thought the back 4 looked very solid, but I thought the midfield and I thought all round today, genuinely, we looked aside and we looked a team today which we haven't looked for a while. And I think that we'd always say, and I think a lot of us have been saying for a while, that we always raise our games against the stronger clubs or the better clubs. And when you think they've only lost 1 in 23 games, John, and they've got momentum with them and they've closed up on Barnet a considerable amount, and we found ourselves today taking a well-deserved point and keeping a clean sheet in front of a good crowd. I see the Woking supporters, they got behind the team with a vast following from Bristol Rovers, a massive club, we all know that. So, yeah, very pleased.
And doesn't that just show really, Gary, how far you've come, how far you've brought the club and how far the club has come in the 4 years that you've been with us, in the sense that today we had nearly 4,000 people in the ground playing against a side like Bristol Rovers and competing with them.
Yeah, it does, John. Like I say, 4 years next week. It's flown by in one way, but like I say, I think I'm the manager of the club and Steve Thompson works with me, but we all work together, and as I've always said, from the chairman all the way down. There's a lot of people who work very, very hard at this football club. We don't get the recognition, whether that's voluntary or whatever it is, in any capacity. We've worked very well over the 4 years. We've come a long, long way in the 4 years, and you know, I think for the financial stakes where we are and what we pay and where we are as a football club, I think overall of consistency and where we've come in the 4 years, everybody connected to the football club should be very proud of their efforts and of supporting their club. And
you had Ross Lafayette you brought in from Luton. Obviously not played a great deal of football, has he, this season, but he did well leading the line today.
Done very well. Done very, very well. Done very, very well. I thought that, as you say, he's a little bit short of minutes, but we got 70 minutes out of him, and I thought he'd done well. And it's nice to get Scott Rendell to come on for the last 20, and to see Scott back in the shirt up front, and as I say, to have 2 players where, you know, still at the moment Scott's probably the 2nd top scorer in the Conference League, and you got a player you fetched in, Ross Lafayette from Luton, who scored 17 last year. That gives you a little bit more up top. So, you know, but I was very pleased all round. I thought the midfield worked well and tucked in the wide boys, and as I say, a great game really. I think everybody for a 0-0 would look at that game today and say, well, we ain't got the result from the point of view of 3 points, but for a non-league game of football against a club which we played against today who've only lost 1 in 23 games, we've stood there today toe to toe, first minute to the last.
And next up, next Saturday, it's Dover in the FA Trophy, and they're really flying. I think they beat Dartford 6-1 today.
Going very, very well. Going very, very well. Tough game for us, but John, I think anyone you play in the last 16 of the trophy will be tough, but you're at home. They've only lost 1, I think, in about 17 games and that. But, you know, we're encouraged, John. We're encouraged, as I say. We want to run in the trophy. It'll be tough, but you know, we look forward to it next week. That's for sure.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening, Garry.
Cheers, mate.